Hi, I'm Jazzy. I've been wondering why there are all of these wine connoisseurs and craft beer critics, and yet I don't hear much about all the other things that are out there. And I like to drink the other things, like the hard ciders and the hard seltzers and all of the other deliciousness that I find out there. So I thought that I would go through, and for all of you other people out there who are wondering, when you go down that aisle and you're like, oh my gosh, what is this? I've never seen this before. I want to try it, but I don't want a 12-pack. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try all of that for you so that now you can just go ahead and say, oh, maybe I'll pass that one and get this one. So hopefully I can help to try to figure out and get to the bottom of which are the sweet ones, which are the dry ones, and which are the best beach ones versus the before pre-gaming and going out tonight kind of drinks for not beer and wine drinkers like me. My sidekick, Bubba, he's here with me. Say hi, Bubba. This is my pet goat and sidekick, Bubba. He is as mischievous as they come, especially for a goat. He is a fainting goat. He is a big baby. He loves to be cuddled. I'm not quite sure what his sign is, but he eats everything under the sun, and he is my pretty much best friend on the planet. So, this is Bubba, and this is my life. So, a little bit about me. I have been wandering state to state and country to country for about the last 12 years, stopping here and there, some amazing places worldwide as well as statewide, and learned some amazing things, met some amazing people, and now I am finding myself here in southern Florida. So Bubba and I live in this RV. Her name is Myrtle. Myrtle we just got recently, but she has been doing very well for our family's living situation, I think. Isn't that right, Bubba? Okay, so we're going to start with your basics, the White Claw. This is kind of the all-around first choice beginner to a hard seltzer. They are also delicious. I'm not gonna lie, this is not my first time indulging in this brand. White Claw is great. It is going to be 5% alcohol, which is basically the same as having a beer, but for those of us who don't like beer, like me, these are great. They don't taste alcoholic, they don't have that malty taste, they don't taste bitter. They don't leave you hungover like some things do, as far as I have been able to tell. Now, as for each flavor, I'm going to say there are definitely differences depending on what you're looking for. White Claw is a very, very good beach drink. It's 5%, so it's if you're going to go to the beach and you want to, like everyone else is drinking Corona and this is what you're going to want to drink. At least a good option. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and swim with the Corona theme. Let's start with the lime. Now the lime is great as, first off, on its own. This is the least sweet of all the four that I have come across so far of this brand. They also have, this is just what's in the variety pack. They do also have single flavors out there. I think they have a mango now. Which is a little sweet for my liking. It's good, but it's sweet. The lime, the least sweet of all of them. And actually, if we rearrange these from least to most sweet, I'm going to go like this. Ta-da! Least sweet, most sweet. So, the lime, great on its own, especially on a hot day. You get the flavor right at the front of the palate, and then it's gone, along with all the bubbles. The lime is really good actually as a mixer. If you are a clear alcohol drinker, your gins, your vodkas, your rums, this actually works really well as a mixer. Don't tell anyone that I told you that, because it's adding alcohol content, which is not always a smart thing, but it's delicious. The lime, great choice. Also, what I've learned, if you mix the lime with the black cherry, delicious as well. Okay, one more. Still delicious. Not sweet. straight lime. It's not like key lime. It's not like kaffir lime. It's just a nice lime. Next, the ruby red. Grapefruit was I feel like a very trendy flavor in the past couple of years. We had our Deep Eddies come out. We had everything else after Deep Eddies come out with grapefruit forward. Grapefruit's a great non-sweet, citrus forward, delicious beverage. This ruby red, it's definitely pink grapefruit, not white. From what I'm tasting personally, you can usually tell between the pink and the white grapefruit, just like in wine. These ruby reds are definitely pink grapefruit forward, hence the ruby red brand name. At least we know they're not lying. So, the grapefruit. This is probably the least flavor forward that I have experienced of these flavors. It's the most subdued. If you want something maybe just like as like a really nice, more of a neutral beverage, this would be it for sure. It's not flavor packed. I mean, you could maybe use it as a mixer, but it really wouldn't do much. So it's good on its own. It's actually great on its own, but not a whole lot there. Ta-da. Moving on. Next we have a black cherry. I'm a cherry girl. Cherries were our #1 in Wisconsin, where I'm from, and they still are very known for their cherries. I'm a little bit of a cherry snob, if that is a thing, and if that word exists. Does not smell like real cherries. Not at all. The black cherry, awesome on its own. It's definitely going to have that bright cherry, red cherry, not a dark cherry. No pink cherry in there. No choke cherry in there. This is a bright red cherry flavor. It's delicious. Great beach drink. Great daytime drink. Not sure if I'd have it with any food. Not sure it would hold up. Which leaves us to the raspberry. Raspberry is hard to get the flavor right. I feel like it's always either too sweet or too tart. It's hard to get raspberry right. White Claw did a pretty good job. It smells really sweet. I feel like it's a sugar coated, even just smelling it. Tastes really sweet. This is by far the most sweet of all 4 of these, of this brand. Still really good. It's not a beer. I mean, I would take this over a malt beer, like an actual beer, not a malt liquor, any day of the week. All 4 of these actually would be good for a beach day. They would be good for a day when everyone else is drinking wine. These would not be good for dinner. These would not be good with food as a substitute when other people are drinking wine at dinner. Not gonna go ahead and suggest these. Let's see. As for the actual drinkability, top notch. When you're at the beach, ice is melting, things are getting warm. These are going to be able to be consumed, whether they're ice cold, which of course is best, all the way down basically almost to room temperature. They're still going to be drinkable. I warn you, the more warm you drink them, the more bubbly they get, and like actually physically you'll feel it. You'll feel the more bubbles the warmer it is, which is odd but true. I'm telling you from experience. And side note, for the ladies as a heads up, the bubbles sometimes will lead to the gas. Something to keep in mind if you have plans later that day after the beach. Overall, awesome beginner, not too sweet, not dry at all on any level. There's no dryness involved in any of this going on right here. These are straight, flavor in your face, minus the grapefruit, that's a little dull. But overall, really, really, really good. Bubba prefers the delicious cardboard box. It is a delicacy. Isn't that right, sir?